be guiding you through your practice today. Let's start on your back today. So just come down to a comfortable position. Place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. And take a moment to tune in to what's going on. How's your body feeling? Notice the rise and fall of your chest with every breath. Begin to slow your breath. Letting go of anything else off of your mat. Anything in the past, anything in the future. Be present in this moment in your body. Begin to take your breath through your nose. Long, deep inhales through your nose. Pausing at the top. Long exhale through your nose with a slight constriction in the back of your throat. Sounds almost like Darth Vader. Or it's almost like you're trying to fog up a mirror with using the breath from your nose. Taking this time now to come into your breath really sets the tone for your practice. Gives you something to come back to if your mind begins to wander or if you find yourself not breathing or holding your breath. Notice the beating of your heart. And give yourself gratitude for this is your life force, your breath and your heartbeat. We wouldn't be living without those things. Interlace your fingers. Stretch your hands up towards the sky. And you can take a stretch to each side here. And go ahead and start matching your breath with your movement. So inhale as you bring your arms towards one side. Exhale to the other. Inhale to switch sides. Exhale to the other. Maybe each time you get a little more range of movement, but you're not forcing anything. Take your arms overhead. Maybe your hands come all the way down to the earth. If you have really open shoulders, maybe not. And just flow with that in the same way, using your breath. Inhale, stretching your arms overhead. Exhale in. Engage your core here. Pull your belly in and up. As you inhale, bring your arms over your head. You should press your low back into your mat. Exhale, bring it in. Release your hands. Take a little roll of the wrists. And roll it up into a tabletop position. Now take a moment here in tabletop, and I want you to just pay attention into your own body, to your hips and the openness that you naturally have in your hips. So grounding down into your left kney, lift your right knee up, and now open up. This is, you're opening your hip out to the side, and now I want you to bend in your knee, bring your knee towards this way. See natural flexibility is here. Now inhale as you open to the side, exhale, bring it in. Inhale, open up, exhale, bring it in. Now notice, does your shin come parallel or is it more at an angle? One more. Bring it back through. And then bring your knee down. And if you are already a yoga practitioner, you might notice this kind of mimics the way we go into our half pigeon pose. So let's move to the left. Ground down into your right knee. Keep your core engaged. Everything's hugging into the midline. You want to keep your hips at the same level. They're square towards the earth. So inhale, open to the side. Exhale, bring it through. Inhale, open to the side. Exhale, bring it through. Notice where your leg naturally goes. My shin does not come naturally very well towards the front to be parallel to the front of my mat. Open it up, bring it through. You're engaging your core. One more. Bring it back to center, rock it out. We're going to come back to that later before we go into half pigeon pose. I just wanted you to tune in now and see where your body is right there. To begin to take some big hip circles here. So planting your hands, spread all 10 fingers wide. Moving with your breath. Inhale for half of the rotation. Exhale through the other half. Moving at the pace of your breath. Reverse the direction. Hello, chicken. And then come into child's pose. This is an active pose. Lift your elbows off your mat. You can come onto your fingertips even. Hold here, 5 strong, steady breaths. Downward facing dog. Allow your hips to reach to the sky. Inhale, take your knees to a hover. Exhale, press your chest through. Maybe your chest even touches your thighs. Exhale, hips lead the way to the sky. 3 breaths here. After your 3rd breath, walk your hands or your feet up to meet your hands, halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Feet are hip width distance apart. Take ragdoll. So belly in and up, head hangs heavy. Grab opposite elbows. And just release all effort in your neck, your head. You can rock side to side if that feels good. Lift your toes off your mat, stretch them out. Soften in all your joints. Release your hands, 1 vertebra at a time. Rise up to standing. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale to rise. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift to a flat spine. On the exhale, plant your hands, high plank to low. Upward facing dog on the inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Next, inhale, step or float to the top of your mat, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, look up, reach up. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Think about a straight line from the crown of your head to your tailbone. On the exhale, step back, lower down. Inhale for upward facing dog. Downward facing dog on the exhale. 3 more of those, moving on your own breath. Inhale to step or walk forward, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift on the inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, step back and lower. Upward facing dog, shine your heart space forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 more. Inhale, step or float, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to your sides. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. On the exhale, plant your hands, step it back, lower down. Inhale, up dog. Downward facing dog. Next, inhale, step or flip to the top of your mat, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, folding forward. You can keep your hands through heart center or swan dive or reverse swan dive. Halfway lift on the inhale. Exhale, jump or step back. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take 3 strong breaths here. Notice is your heart beating a little bit faster? Is your body getting a little bit warmer? After your 3rd breath, step or float to the top of your mat, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Utkatasana, chair pose. Now sit your hips low here. Make sure you can see your big toes. Really ground down into the earth. Think ground down to rise up. Spark your fingers to the sky. Draw your thoracic spine, and that's a place between your shoulder blades. Pull your upper arm bones back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. On the exhale, step it back, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog on the exhale. Warrior 1 on the right. Hold here for 5 breaths. I'm on my 3rd breath, I think. After your 5th breath, open up Warrior 2. Flip your front palm, reverse your warrior. On the exhale, flow. Step it back, low plank. Upward facing dog on the inhale. Downward facing dog on the exhale. Warrior 1 on the left. Now same thing here, really draw your thoracic spine and pull your upper arm bones back. Allow your heart space to shine forward, open up. Set your gaze. Relax the muscles in your face. After your 5th breath, open up Warrior 2. There's a slight shift in your back foot, parallel to the back of your mat. Extend both arms. Come a little deeper into your warrior. That place you don't want to go, but it's that place where you're going to grow. Flip your front palm, reverse your warrior. Chaturanga, step it back, high plank. Exhale low. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Now we're going to go through 4 more of those sun bees, but let's move a little bit faster. At this time, we're going to go 1 breath per movement, getting your heart rate up. I may not do all 4 of these with you only because I'll get my heart rate up, start to get shortness in my breath, and it'll be harder to understand. So on the inhale, step or float to the top of your mat, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, hands through heart center. Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step it back, low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Next inhale, warrior 1. Open up, warrior 2. Chaturanga on the exhale. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Warrior 1 on the left. Inhale to rise. Exhale, open. On your next exhale, windmill your arms, step it back, low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Next, inhale, step or float to the top of your mat, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step it back, high plank to low plank. Inhale for upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Next, inhale, warrior 1 on the right. You know where you're going. Open up, warrior 2. Windmill your arms, step it back, high plank. Exhale to low. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Warrior 1 on the left. Open up, warrior 2. On the exhale, chaturanga, step it back, high to low. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Next, inhale, step or float to the top of your mat, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step it back, high plank. Exhale to low. Upward facing dog on the inhale. Downward facing dog on the exhale. Warrior 1 on the right on the inhale. Open up, warrior 2. Exhale, plant your hands, chaturanga. Upward facing dog on the in. Exhale to down dog. Inhale, left side warrior 1. Now I'm not taking my full version of these poses so that I can lead you a little bit better. On the exhale, plant your hands, step it back. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 2 more. On the inhale, step or float to the top of your mat, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Warrior 1 on the right. Open up, warrior 2. Windmill your arms, high plank. Exhale to low. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Warrior 1 on the left. hands lower down. Upward facing dog on the inhale. Downward facing dog. All right, one more. Inhale. Step or float to the top. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Utkatasana. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Warrior one on the right. Open up warrior two. Inhale here. Exhale to flow. Same thing on the left. Warrior one on the inhale. Open up warrior two. Exhale, we flow. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take a big inhale here in your down dog. Sigh through your mouth. Two more big inhale through your nose. Exhale, side out. Big inhale. Exhale, side out. Step or float to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Utkatasana. Now bring your hands to heart center. Now, there's a slight tilt of your pelvis. You're going to tuck your tailbone towards the earth. So you don't want this, we want this. Sit low. Inhale, kick belly in and up, create space. Exhale, twist to the left. Now you can stay right here, or if you practice side crow, try that. Now, if you're uneasy in side crow, please face a block or even a pillow. Just in case you were to lose your balance, it gives you a little more peace of mind. If you do feel uneasy, don't go there. But you're going to take your left elbow, place on the outside of your hip, right elbow on the outside of your knee. Sit low, 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 low. I like to come up onto my toes. Place your hands on the earth. Fire up your core. That's where the lift is going to come from. Lean to the side, and maybe your right foot comes off the earth. Maybe your left foot does. Maybe you can even extend your right leg out. Now with control, bring it back in. Come back into your chair. Stand tall, spread both feet hip width distance apart, or your feet. Exhale, fold forward. Grab your big toes with your peace fingers. Inhale, halfway lift. Belly in and up. Exhale, elbows splay out to the side to fold forward. Let your head get heavy. And then pull your elbows back in towards your shins. Keep water in your knees. Release your toes, step your big toes back together. Utkatasana chair pose. Bring your hands to heart center. Twist to the right. Check your knees out, make sure they're in line with one another. You can stay right here in the twist. You do not have to go for side crow, it's just an option. If you're going for side crow, right elbow comes to your hip. Right elbow on your knees. Playing around with this a little bit, I'm going to move back. So that my hands are on a level surface. Hands down. Engage your core. That's where the lift is coming from. Take your gaze out. My gaze is going to the front of my mat. If you want your gaze to one spot. Maybe your left leg that lifts up. Maybe your right. I'm not going to extend my leg on this side. I don't feel as strong. I'm not set up as well. So listen to your body. We'll meet back in chair. Inhale to rise. Exhale, fold forward. Gorilla pose. Feet are hip width distance apart. Right hand under right foot, left hand under left foot. Bring your toes all the way up to your wrist crease. You can even wiggle your toes. It gives your wrist a little massage. And our wrist can get kind of sore when we are doing arm balances. So this is a massage. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, head gets heavy. And you can play around here. Your core, your bandha, is what keeps you from flopping over. But you can play around putting a little more weight into the balls of your feet rather than the heel. Your elbows are out to the side in gorilla pose. You can pull your elbows away to get a stretch between your shoulder blades and your thoracic spine. Release your hands. One vertebra at a time. Keep a little bend in your knees. Come up to standing. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands through heart center to your side. All right, coming into balance. Ground down into your left foot. Go ahead, set your gaze to a non-moving point. Find some softness in your face, soften your joints. Now inhale, come into eagle legs. Right leg comes over. And then eagle arms, right arm comes under. Now your legs are squeezing together. Lift your elbows to shoulder height. Press your hands away from your face. Now we're going to flow with this, moving from one side to the other. So inhale, extend your arms high. Exhale, elbows to your knee. Inhale, extend it up. Exhale, chair pose. Inhale, eagle on the left. Lower elbows to your knees. Inhale to rise. Utkatasana, chair pose. Right side, eagle pose. Right arm under, right leg over. Folding forward on the exhale. Inhale to rise. Chair pose. Switch it out. Left arm under, left leg over. Inhale to rise. Utkatasana. One more each side. Inhale, we rise. Utkatasana on the exhale. Inhale, left leg over, left arm under. And release. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. On the exhale, plant your hands. Lower down. Inhale for up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's hold here for 5 breaths. All right, bring your big toes together in the back of your mat. Lift your right leg up to the sky. Bend your knee, 3-legged dog. Stack your hips on top of one another. Try and keep the same amount of pressure in both hands and your shoulders square. Now if you want to flip your dog, bring your right leg behind you. Reach your right fingertips to the top of your mat. Bring it back over, right foot comes through for crescent lunge. Go ahead, get stable here. If you feel wobbly, step your front foot out for a wider base. Draw your thoracic spine in, pull your upper arm bones back, shine your heart space forward. hands to heart center. Inhale, create space. On the exhale, take your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Open up. Inhale, create space. Exhale, take your gaze over your top shoulder. Maybe each breath your gaze goes a little farther. Where our breath goes, our body will usually follow. Now inhale back through center. If you're like me, my foot and feet have come farther apart, making it a little more difficult. All right, this time step your left foot to the top of your mat, engage your core. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Down dog on the exhale. Crescent lunge on the left. Remember your back knee, placing it down on your mat is always an option. Now you want your back foot, your heel to be stacked over the ball of your foot. What you don't want is this. Activate that back leg. Draw in to create your fullest expression out here. Bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, create space, create length. Exhale, we twist. Inhale, create space. Exhale, take your gaze over your back shoulder. 4 more breaths here. With each breath, find something new. After your 5th breath, come back up. Exhale, step your back foot up to meet the front. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 5 breaths in your down dog. Make it count. I'm only out of my down dog because I don't want to completely lose my breath. I feel a little out of shape. Not doing as much cardio, and that's okay. But you're not having to talk right now, so you can do it. All right, after that 5th breath, we're going to come into a wide leg stance. So just 1 foot forward, and then generally you want your feet about 3 feet width, distance. I'm having trouble verbalizing that. You get what I'm saying. But your big toes are a little pigeon-toed. You're going to lift through the inner arches of both your feet. Bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, think shoulders back and down. Take your gaze up. Exhale, folding forward. Nice and slowly, you can bring your hands down to the earth. With each inhale, create a little more space. With each exhale, allow yourself to fold a little bit deeper. Now don't walk out your knees, keep watering your knees. You want your hips in line with your heels. You don't want your booty going to the back or to the front. If you get to where your head touches the earth, you might want to walk your feet in a little bit more. If you practice headstand or tripod headstand prep and you want to go there now, you know what you're doing, go there. I do not do headstands anymore. You walk your hands behind you if you'd like. Now, if you're on tripod prep or tripod headstand, take your time there and come out when you're ready. If not, everybody else, walk your hands forward for a wide leg downward facing dog. Really let your chest fall towards the earth. Get an open opening across your heart space, across your collarbones. Bring your hands back in, and one vertebra at a time. Keep a bend in your knees, rise up. Now create a bind, so shoulders back and down. You can interlace your fingers. If you normally have one thumb on the top, do the reverse. Take the funky feeling way. Inhale, chest to lift, shoulders press towards your spine, back and down. On the exhale, fold forward. Inhale, think halfway lift. Exhale, allow your head to get heavy. Maybe so much that your arms begin to fall towards the earth. Your body, your core is what's keeping you from falling over here. Three more breaths. Release your hands to your hips and rise up. Step your feet back together. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. On the exhale, step back, high plank. Exhale to low. Upward facing dog on the inhale. Downward facing dog on the exhale. Rock forward into a high plank. Come into a forearm plank. Come back up, high plank. Forearm plank. Now take some hip dips here. So let's go to the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale through center. Left and right. Bring it back to center and lower down all the way. Bring your arms by your sides. Rest one cheek on your mat. Palms facing up. Get heavy here. Come back to your breath. Feel the beating of your heart. Place your other cheek on your mat. Feel your shoulders get a release here. It's kind of counterposed to when we're opening our heart space, shining it forward. Now, bring your arms down by your sides, palms facing down, forehead on your mat. Zip everything in. Everything's hugging into the midline of your body. So your glutes are engaged. Everything is pulling in. On the inhale, locust pose. Lift your forehead. Lift your legs. Maybe your hip bones are the only thing touching the earth. Now lower back down on an exhale. Take your hips, rock them side to side. And then come into either locust or bow pose. For bow pose, you're going to reach your arms around, grab the outside of your feet or your ankles. Now, you want your knees to stay hip-width distance apart. And on the inhale, push your shins to the back of the ring. Use that to open your heart space. Lift a little more. Now, I'm coming back into locust, but if you're in bow, stay there. On the exhale, lower down. If you're in bow pose, take your bend in your knees, rock them side to side. We're going to take one more round. Now, I'm not doing bow pose. It's too much pressure on my neck, but do what feels good in your body, what you need today. On the inhale, lift up. Pull your toes to the back of your mat. Pull your fingers to the back of your mat. Pull your shins if you're in boat. Lift up any amount higher. Exhale to lower down. Rock your knees, your feet side to side. Hands underneath your shoulders. Upward facing dog. Child's pose. Now bring your knees together in child's, and then bring your arms down by your sides for rabbit's pose. Let your shoulders get heavy here. Think about the opposite of when we're opening our heart space. This is a counter pose. You should feel a nice little stretch between your shoulders and your neck. Okay, bring your arms back out in front of you. And we're going to come down to our back. So feet come around. Lower down one vertebra at a time. Now walk your feet in towards your spine, or I'm sorry, towards your tailbone, so much that your fingertips touch your heels. And prepare for bridge pose or wheel pose. Let's start in bridge. On the inhale, press through your feet. Press your hips up to the sky. I'm going to come to supported bridge. I'm going to bring my hips onto a block. But you, as long as you're okay, your body's okay to do it, really keep pressing through your feet to lift your hips. Maybe you can walk one arm underneath or behind you, then the other. Use that compression into the earth with your arms, with this hitch, to open your heart space up, lift a little higher. The exhale, lower down. Now 2 more rounds. You can keep, you can stay going into bridge pose, or if you practice wheel, bring your fingertips towards your shoulders, and then come up into your back bend. Now I'm not going there, I'm going to stay right here in supported bridge. But lift up on the inhale. On the next exhale, lower down. One more, go ahead and create a picture in your head where you want to go. On the inhale, lift up. Feel your heart space opening. Feel your collarbones stretching out, getting wider. Feel the stretch in your abs, your thighs, and the front of your legs. And exhale to lower down. Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of your feet together. Right hand on your heart, left hand on your belly, just like we did at the beginning of your practice. No, this does not mean we're done. This is just the counter pose to back bends, or a counter pose. Now bring everything back to center. Extend your legs towards the sky. Now you have options here. You can interlace your hands behind your head, or just place one on top of the other. And you can lift your head up. I'm really very careful of my neck. But you can lift your head up here. And then we're gonna take some big scissors. So right leg comes to a hover, and then bring it back up, left leg comes to a hover. Now think slow and controlled movement here. Let's move with the breath, ready? Inhale as you lower. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale to lower. Exhale, bring it in. Try and keep your leg that's extended towards the sky, try and keep it completely still. That takes a ton of core control too. All right, now we're going to move our legs more at the same time here. So as the right leg comes to a hover, let's switch them out at the same time. You feel this in your abs? I do. Let's go for 5 more. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug your knees into your chest, rock side to side. All right, let's rock and roll, Buddha roll, back and forth several times. This should feel pretty good. It should feel like a massage for your spine. Feel each vertebra touching the earth. And then take 3 or 4 of those, come over onto your hands and meeting downward facing dog. Now remember at the beginning of practice when we were just checking out our hip mobility here, we were took it and extended our hips and to see where it landed here. Now the reason we did that is when we go into half pigeon, what a lot of people do or strive to do is to bring your front leg parallel to the top of your mat, which I guess ultimately that is a goal, but that compromises the health of your knee if you don't already have that flexibility, because you're using your weight and gravity to force yourself into a position that's not already there. So that's why I wanted you to pay attention to where your natural flexibility is there. Now that doesn't mean it's stagnant, that it's there forever. It's something that we work on. But so whenever I reach my right leg up and I bring it through, my leg comes to about right here. And so I am going to work where I am today with that. Now I'm going to get tall here, extending your left foot back. Press your left foot into the earth. You don't want your left foot to roll over one way or the other. That helps keep your hips straight here. Now, I'm going to come this way even so you can see where my body is lined up. Now notice, my hip does not automatically come down to the earth. And what we don't want is to rock over. That's where that pressing your foot into the earth really helps. Place a block, book underneath your hip if you need to. Now inhale to get length. Ooh, I'm all over the place though. All right, inhale, get tall. And then exhale, begin to walk your hands forward. Now, as you're in this pose, now maybe your hips begin to loosen up. Begin to come closer to the earth, but you're breathing into it and you don't have your leg in a position that's going to compromise the health of your knee. And with each breath, lowering down. We're going to stay here for about 8 more breaths. Let's take 10 breaths on each side. You should have already taken about 2. So. See what you can let go of here. Are you holding on to unnecessary tension? When your body is telling you to get out, why is it telling you to get out? Is it just telling you that because you're uncomfortable? But you're not necessarily in pain or causing any kind of injury. What happens when you stay, when things get uncomfortable? That's where I find the magic truly happens. When we learn to stay where we're uncomfortable, we can face anything with ease that comes our way. That's what's helped me through really the hardest times in my life that would be unfathomable without my yoga practice and yoga teaching me that nothing but the breath. Now I'm not counting your breath, so after your 10th, walk your hands back in and then come back into your downward facing dog. You can take even a wider stance here and rock it out whenever it feels good to get a release. And go ahead, before we come into the left side, first bring your big toes together. Bring your left leg up. Now check out where that leg naturally comes. Does it naturally come all the way up, or are you using gravity in your weight? So bring your left shin forward. Now walk your right foot back. Make sure your leg is coming straight like an arrow out of your hip socket. Now don't roll over onto that left thigh. Remember, inhale. Exhale, begin to come forward. Now take 10 breaths here. I'm going to come a little bit more slowly into this side because usually when we go when we just automatically try to come down into our bodies, they tell us, no, that's too much. So with every breath, find a little bit more. Notice if you're rolling over onto that left hip, come back, square your hips, keep your right foot pressed into the earth. What can you let go of here? What do you need to hold on to? After your 10th breath, whenever that might be, begin to walk your hands back in towards your body and swing your right leg around to meet your left. Bring both legs out in front of you. Shake them out. Let's take a forward fold here. So inhale, tall. Exhale, fold. Forward chest leads the way. Maybe you grab your toes. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chest melts a little more. And keep water in your knees here. 2 more breaths. And then walk your hands back up. Extend your arms, sleepwalking arms, lower down 1 vertebra at a time. Come back into one more reclined butterfly pose. This is such a great pose. I like to think of it as sealing this energy that you created, or the energy you want to create in your body, in your life. You're creating a constant flow. Your hands, your palms are on your heart, by your lungs. That is your life force. What are you feeling inside right now? Perhaps there's something you want to get rid of that no longer serves you. That's what yoga is about, letting go of things that no longer serve us. And when we create space, it's physics. When we create space and let things go, we create space for something new. So what do you want to replace that with? Maybe a sense of calm, sense of peace or ease, no matter what the circumstances are. Whatever it is your body, your life needs, take a moment here. Imagine that constantly flowing as it goes between your, from the right side of your body to the left, almost like in a figure 8 here with your arms on your body. Check that. Sorry about the puppies. And then release your arms, release your legs. Hug your knees into your chest. Take a happy baby here. Grab the outside of your feet. Rock side to side. And prepare for your Savasana, your final resting pose, extending your legs long. Bring your arms down by your side. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, let go of all effort. From this place of stillness, enjoy your Savasana. Remaining your Savasana. Begin to bring some awareness back into your body. Wiggle your fingers and toes if you choose to stay in your Savasana. You can go for that. Lift your arms over your head. Take a full body stretch. Then come on to one side. Use your arms like a pillow. And think of something you know to be good and true about yourself that you'll take with you from this practice. Then press yourself up to a seated position. Let's take a breath together. Inhale, scoop out this yummy energy. Exhale, bring it to your heart center. The light and love in me honors the light and love inside of you. Hands to forehead center. I bow to you and say namaste. Thank you so much for practicing this afternoon, or this recording I'll post on YouTube, and at any point, just if you have any questions, comments, feedback, please feel free to message me. I'm Allie Marie Yoga on Facebook and Instagram. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Namaste.